Final community. I don't know what that was. BC, welcome back. Here we go, another one. It's December the 22nd here. As you know, in the Southern Hemisphere, it's summer. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter, so I'm in t-shirt and shorts. Yeah, I'm about to start work in an hour and a half, so I thought I'd pump out a video, but I thought I'd do something a bit different this time around and show some records I've picked up recently that I will probably be moving on for various reasons, being either musically I'm not enjoying it, the records are too noisy even after ultrasonic cleaning them, or the pressings are a bit crap. Variety of reasons within a stack here. As a side note, if you can hear a buzzing going on in the background, it's the ultrasonic cleaner going upstairs where I'm cleaning some stuff I just picked up. It kind of sounds like a tattoo gun, like a zzz. To the point where my neighbours came around a couple of days ago and asked if I was doing tattoos in here, like as if I was operating a tattoo side business from my apartment, which is quite funny. But yeah, that's a good way to describe the sound. It's like a tattoo gun, like zzz. Anyway, off topic. Sip of coffee, and then we'll get into the record. So, obviously, usually in videos I'm heaping praise on records. These ones, maybe not so much. So, a bit of a twist. I picked up this because it has all the hallmarks of a cool private press type record. It was super cheap. It's called C-Piece, Music for Harp by Georgia Kelly. On a private press label from 1978. I saw this was out of Topanga in California. I opened it up inside and I saw it came with this really cool, where did it go? Order form for the label. It had a few names I recognize on here, like Deuter and Tony Scott. Yeah, so super private pressed. The music really sits in, here's a cool label there. I saw tracks like Alien Temple, Chinese Sunrise, Blue Lotus. The sounds, when I listened to it in the store, sounded, it was noisy, but I thought I could clean it. It sounds very much like the I Am the Center New Age compilation that came out a few years ago, which is amazing. There's overlaying harps and there's solo harp pieces, and it's really beautiful music, but the catch, sadly, is that it's crackly as hell. Yeah, which really sucks. There's electric violins in here, harp. It's really gorgeous. It fits the brief. Yeah, it fits the brief for what it should be. And I would like to get a proper copy of this because I really enjoyed it. It just so happens that this thing is just too noisy. I just know that I won't play it just because I know in the back of my mind it's going to be noisy. So I'm going to move that along, unfortunately. I mean, it's a cheap record, so I'm not expecting to make any money out of it, but that's just the record that I really like, but sadly it won't be in a Vinyl Finds video because I'll be moving it along, really. And it's the same with this, which is a real shame, because I've been after this for a very long time, because I think it's an amazing record. This is Nico, the Marble Index. So this is basically John Cale going avant-garde, strings, electronics, going really weird with Nico's just really baroque dead vocals over the top of it. Like, it's a really grey, dark sounding record, very grim, very wintry, really beautiful outward lyrics, and yeah, it's a really great record. Just unfortunately I've given this lots of cleans, and it's a very quiet record. The weird thing is it's slightly pressed off center as well, and the label's off center as well, if you can see that. And yeah, it's just too crackly, which is a shame. So I'll look for another copy of that, I think, because I mean, yeah, it's just another one that won't make the cut, unfortunately, because I know that I won't play it because I'll be focusing in on the noise and the crackles when I listen to it rather than the music. We'll move on to something that I actually don't like musically that I picked up. Now this is one that got hyped. I'm not even sure. There we go. Not even sure. Jesus, I'll start that again. This got hyped in the VC when it came out a few years ago. I know Anthony Camplani and Ben Costello are fans of this. I admit that I probably jumped the gun and picked this up when I was in Melbourne based on the fact that those two recommended it, and it's on Wawa, and it's crap rock, and it fits the brief in terms of the gatefold and the packaging. The artist is called Flute Voice, and this is a 2 LP. It's almost a compilation of 2 releases they put out. One called Imaginations of Light, and one called Hello Rabbit. Now, it's originally on the Pills label, so again, ticking all the boxes. The first track has this really interesting Middle Eastern sound, Indian sound. The first sort of 5 minutes is quite enjoyable, really nice. The second half is a 15-minute, boring as hell, completely uninspired jazz guitar piece that doesn't really go anywhere, doesn't really do anything. And the flip side of the first disc is, again, more of the same, but with a little bit of sitar and English vocals with a strange story about his mother. It feels very light and a bit pretentious and a bit, it doesn't seem to be coming from a genuine place. I'm not sure how to describe it. It doesn't connect with me really, which is a shame. The second disc, Hello Rabbit, is even worse in terms of just, you know, yeah, if you want to hear the most boring jazz guitar for a 9-minute song, go listen to the second track. And have fun with that. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Anyway, let me know if anyone else has this record. I'm sure a lot of you do. Let me know what your thoughts are. I've listened to this quite a few times, and it's just every time I listen to it, I'm disliking it more and more. So this will be moving along too. Another one that was really noisy and I'm really sad about, because I've been wanting to hear this for a long time. This was shown in the vinyl community many, many years ago, and I've always been sort of intrigued, of Cabbages and Kings by, what's his name, Chad Stewart and Jeremy Clyde. This is a really sort of super highly produced psychedelic pop record, I suppose. Not really pop, but not heavy psychedelic either, very light, lots of strings. Is it Baroque psych? I don't fucking know. I'm just making up words. Yeah, a mono pressing on Columbia, so I was really stoked to find this in the sale bin really cheap. But unfortunately it's just all the way through, which is a shame because yeah, I would like to listen to this properly. I suppose I can jump online and give it a proper listen, but yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment too. So that won't make the cut. This one is one that I've had for years, and I've always loved the artwork. But I pulled it out of the storage collection, and I played it, and it just did not do anything for me at all. It was just a bit too flat and a bit dull. Strayed a bit too much into just boring jazz guitar, slightly Brazilian. It's a shame. I wanted it to be more than it was, but the artwork is absolutely wonderful. I'll give this one more shot before I move it on, but it's basically in the sale bin at the moment. Alright, we're getting there. 3 more to go. Now, this band, Grateful Dead, I've been struggling finding clean pressings here. There's a lot of Grateful Dead records around, but they're all super noisy, to the point where I've got American Beauty, Live Dead, Working Man's Dead, and this one, and they're all too noisy for me. To the point where I can't hear the music, I just hear the noise, so I'm going to get rid of them all, and I'm just going to buy the new Rhino pressings of them, I've decided, which is still really cheap to get. Sadly for this one, most of the record is clean and good, apart from my favourite track on the record, or one of my favourite Grateful Dead tracks, called Wharf Rat, which is the first track on, I want to say the first track on the first disc. Maybe it's not, no, it's Bertha, isn't it? It's the first track on 4th disc. It's an 8-minute track, and it's just got this. It sounds dynamically great, but it's just got this all the way through it, and it's just a shame because it's that one track that I really want to hear properly, and it's just too noisy. So I'm going to be moving this along, and I'll get the reissue of it. This is a very negative video. Musically though, love it. It's fantastic. This is one I picked up in Melbourne, which at the time I was stoked about. Joe Bataan's Salsoul, amazing Latin. It's basically is in the title, so it's a mixture of soul music and salsa music. That's exactly, you know, the beginnings of that was this record, a really wonderful record. This one and Subway Joe are the ones to get by Joe Bataan. Unfortunately, this is like a weird bootleg unknown pressing, which I'm 99% sure it's done from CD, just because the fact that every time I put it on I have to really crank the volume. It just sounds so much lower than my other records, analog records, and it doesn't have that dynamic sound to it. It's a shame, because it's really great. It's like funky, soul, a bit of psychedelic, a bit of Latin, yeah, really laid back and cool. It's a great record. I will be trying to get, there's a 2LP repress that came out on Strut a couple of years ago, so I'm going to try and pick that up as a replacement, just because it doesn't really do the job, sadly for me. That was disappointing. And the last one, this is a combination of not really enjoying the music as much as I thought I would, and it being a little too noisy. I know Chris Cole, this is a big one for you. This is a record you really enjoy. I get it, I get what he's doing, but it's not quite there for me. I don't know, it needs, I'm going to give it a couple more listens before I decide what to do with it, but I also happen to have overpaid for this record for what it goes for. And for the condition it came in, I overpaid, which also adds a bit of regret to the purchase. But yeah, it's an original pressing on Vanguard, Sandy Bull. Eastern sounds, guitar sounds. There's a lot of cowbell in here. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, I suppose. I mean, the cool thing, another cool insert that came with this one, if I can find it. Here it is. Someone's paycheck. Sorry, I don't even know what this is. This is something. The City of New York stub. Is it a check? I don't know. I assume that's a check from the 70s. Someone's check that they cashed and they put it inside the record. 1988 by Hafisa Rashid. Net pay $205,250. $2,000. Okay, he did alright for 1988, but I'm not sure. Here we go. Why am I talking about this? Anyway, so that's that. So that's another one that, yeah, won't be making the vinyl finds, I don't think, at this point. Unless I put it on after this video and I have a revelation with it. We will see. But yeah, there we go. A nice negative video for Christmas time. Yeah, alright. That's all, guys. I'm going to end it here. See you later. Cheers.